Hi, OJ. I have a confession that's been weighing on my chest for too long. I need to get it off my mind, but I don't know if anyone will believe me at all. Maybe it's better that no one knows who I am because what I'm about to say is almost impossible to believe. It all started when I met my wife. She was this beautiful woman with a smooth skin and eyes that seemed to see right through my soul. We met at the market one afternoon. I was just there to grab some fruits when I saw her. I was hooked. She was selling fruits, and before I knew it, I was buying more than I needed just for the chance to talk to her. She wasn't like any other woman I'd ever known. We exchanged contacts and kept in touch. With frequent calls and messages, we got to know each other and more. We got close fast, too fast maybe. I couldn't get her off my mind. Every day, I found some excuses to visit her at the market, and she would always greet me with this smile that made the whole world disappear. I finally asked her out and proposed to marry her, and she said yes right away. No hesitation, no question. My family was happy since they had always been on me to settle down. We had a simple wedding, nothing fancy, but it felt right. After that, she moved into my place, and that's when things began to change. At first, everything was perfect. She was the ideal wife, kind, caring, always there for me. But there was something off, something I couldn't figure out. She didn't talk much about her past, and whenever I brought it up or issues surrounding her family, she would brush it off like it didn't matter. Then the dreams started. Every night, I would see this massive snake in my sleep, its scales shining under the moon, sliding through the grass towards me. I would wake up in panic. This continued for months, and on specific days close to the end of the month. It is at this point that I would ask that you subscribe to the channel, share a comment, or a post, because that is the only way you encourage me to bring you more stories and more confessions. Please subscribe. Let's go. One night, OJ, I woke up to an empty bed. I called out for my wife, but there was no answer. I started to get this weird feeling in my guts, like something wasn't right. As I got out of bed, I heard this hissing sound, like a snake. My heart nearly stopped, but I couldn't ignore it. I followed the sound out there into the backyard, where the moon was casting long, airy shadows. Under the baobab tree, I saw something that made my blood run cold. My wife was there, but she wasn't herself. She was a massive snake, curled up on the ground around the baobab tree, her eyes glowing in the dark. I froze, OJ. I couldn't move, couldn't even breathe. I just stood there watching as she slowly changed back into the woman that I knew she was. She looked at me, and for a long moment, we just stared at each other. Then she spoke, begging me to understand. She said, "I'm not like you, but I love you. I've always loved you, but now you know the truth." I don't know what to do, OJ. Part of me wanted to run, to get as far away from her as possible. But another part of me couldn't. I loved her, this woman, this creature, whatever she was. I couldn't just walk away from that. So I didn't. I walked up to her, took her in my arms, and told her I would figure it out, even though I had no idea what that meant. Every night now, I lie awake, wondering if I made the right choice. I married a snake, and I am terrified at what the future holds. But I can't deny the love I have for her, the connection that keeps me by her side. OJ, maybe there are things out there we just don't understand. Creatures that walk among us. And maybe, just maybe, love really can conquer anything, even the impossible. What will you do if you felt an angel of death was following you? Click on this video as a gentleman shares his experience.